Hello, everyone. This is Lauren Israelson, President of the United Natural Products Alliance. It's my honor today to interview Jim Emme, CEO of Now Foods. Jim is a friend, a colleague, but most important, he is one of the great leaders and mentors of the natural product industry. We wanted to take a moment to talk to Jim and do three things: is to introduce Jim the man. Many of you know him as a senior business leader to all of us, but we wanted Jim just to share more about his background, a bit of his history, as well as the history of Now itself. This is one of the legacy companies in our industry that remains family owned, a rarity these days. And we also wanted to get a few thoughts from Jim as to how is he seeing the world looking forward in this crazy year of 2020 with the pandemic, social unrest, major elections, and trying to run a business and stay healthy all at the same time. So with that, Jim, it's a real pleasure and honor to have you with us for a few minutes. So let's just start off. Tell us a bit about you and your history and background, and how you came to Now and what you've done since you've been there at Now.
Okay, thank you, Lauren, and I really appreciate the opportunity. The privilege and honor is mine as well. Well, I grew up in a farm in Indiana. Interestingly enough, I didn't know, but I got exposed to natural methods at an early age. We grew most of our groceries. We'd buy certain things by all means. But my father, my uncle, and my grandfather were business partners together at several farms. And one of the things they didn't do was they did not spend a lot of money on the emerging use of herbicides and such. I'd like to say it was for ecological reasons. It wasn't. It was for economic reasons. They didn't want to spend the money.
Mhm.
My father and my uncle were children of the Depression, and they were all about frugality. So, fast forward into now, those traits and characteristics have served me well over the years. I was an athlete in high school. I worked half days my junior and senior year in an FFA, Future Farmers of America work program, and went to university, got a degree in food chemistry of all things. My early days and internships at the Pillsbury Company were as a flavor chemist in many divisions. I ended up in operations. I had a military obligation to fulfill after that, which I did. And, ended up working on and off, finishing my degree, and Pillsbury took me on full time. I ended up there a total on and off combined of 13 years. It gave me a lot of great experience. I got bored with benchtop chemistry, and I ended up in a leadership program, operations, manufacturing, and distribution, and ended up eventually the last 5 years of my career working in acquisitions and integrations. Also had the opportunity to set up operations at several parts around the world, including one in China in 1987. And believe me, accommodations in that region weren't stellar by any means at the time. It was a great experience. I learned a lot from it. But I ended up, I was moving along pretty well. I really learned a lot at Pillsbury and had a great career going. Thought I'd be there and retire from there, but actually ended up, we got bought out as a company, and divisions were being split off, and the division I was in at the time was being sold. And I decided, you know what, it's been a good run, but it's time to move on. So I ended up on the supply side, a large ingredient manufacturer, where I was vice president of operations, international sales, and did that for about 5 years. But ethical practices weren't great. I'm not going to mention their name because of that. And honestly, I didn't care for that environment. It just didn't match my own values. So, but going back, I'd heard about Now Foods, a little family company 8 miles from where my house was, and my daughter was getting ready to start school. So it's like, what a great time to downsize. I'm willing to make a pay cut. I'm willing to take a title change. And in the Chicago Tribune, ad came up for a plant manager at Now. And I thought, well, I hadn't been that in a long time, but let's try it. Let's look at it. And interviewed with the Richard family who owns Now, and Elwood Richard was one who sold me on it with his vision and such. Here we are 25 years later. I didn't know how long the job would be, but I've been at the helm of the company for 6 years now.
And an extraordinary run of growth and success, and congratulations on that. It's, as I say, as one of the few remaining family-owned companies, what I have seen is through your leadership and the commitment of the family is that you make the call based on what is best for the industry, for our consumers, for your customers, and they're the ones that count the most. A lot of companies look at the finance and the dollars as the most important point, and we have tremendous admiration for your commitment and the Richards family's commitment to that, which is essential to this industry. We'd love to know, Jim, how are you seeing the future? Right now, everything is just so crazy. You're trying to run a big company. Any advice for the rest of us as we're trying to navigate the uncertainties?
Well, really, we talked about this before as a group, but this is unprecedented in anything I've seen, and I've been in many places in the world, many situations. We just have to be adaptive. I'm an optimist naturally. I see a bright future for our industry. This truly is a time for our industry to shine and do the right things for the right reasons. Our demand is off the charts. Our industry colleagues have shared the same thing. Our supply chains are still a little shaky, but we're doing okay. But in the 25 years I've been in the industry, I've never seen an opportunity like this to introduce more consumers to the benefits of natural products to help with their lifestyle goals. I mean, we're as a company, we believe in science, but we also believe that there are no magic bullets, that it's really a combination of good nutrition, exercise, and by the way, supplement where you need to and get advice where you need to. But it takes a full lifestyle change on it. And I've never seen so many consumers around the world that are looking for that opportunity as there are now. But that also means as an industry, we have to, with that opportunity comes responsibility to do the right things for the right reasons. Let's look at it from a standpoint that for every consumer we gain, that's trust that we have at risk to lose. And as an industry, we've got the best opportunity right now to rally together, to set high standards, to make sure that everybody has similar expectations. Everybody's got to make a profit, otherwise as a company, they won't exist. But let's be open-minded to methods and processes that we've never had before. And the opportunity is today. And I really think that we can make this happen.
Jim, sound advice, and I share it, that this is a golden moment of opportunity. The moments of crisis are the moments of opportunity, as you said. So we will use that as the header on this interview. Thank you for that wisdom and that leadership. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, Jim. Thank you for your support of UNPA. Thank you for your leadership in the industry. Stay safe, stay healthy, and all the best to the company. We look forward to great things to come.
Thank you, Lauren. All the best.
Thank you.